going on YouTube? Today I'm doing a mock Rostermania for the CDL 2024 season. I'm going to be making a tier list and doing all the teams where I think players are going to go with the information that we currently have as of July 8th. Um, just what I think, my personal take on what's going to happen. Not that I have the best, but I just have some information and I want to go through this since there's nothing really going on. Hopefully this week we'll see a lot of moves and everything come to fruition. Um, I just want to say I'm going to go through every team. I made this list before this video, obviously. And yeah, some of this has to do with what we already know, the rumors that are going on. So it's not exactly my take, but more rather what's being said on Twitter and everything. So yeah, um, I'm just going to go through top down. We'll start with Optic Texas. This is based on rumors, and it is a good squad. So we got Shotzi Dashi, Kenny, and Pred. This is a very good squad. I'd be very excited to see what happens with this. They could definitely be a top 3 team for sure. Preds and that Shotzi duo there is going to do great, and I think Kenny and Dashi will do really well together. Um, yeah, excited to see what happens with Optic if they run with that roster. Um, we'll move on to Atlanta FaZe. This is what everybody's saying. Draza to FaZe minus Slasher. I think it's a good pickup. I don't really know if Draza is going to be that much better than. I don't think it's going to be that much better than Slasher. I mean, he'll be better. I think he'll fit the mold a bit better in the villain mentality there at Atlanta FaZe, but I'm not really sure if it's going to do a whole lot more than what Slasher could have offered. We're going to move on here to the New York Subliners. New York, apparently they couldn't come to an agreement with Priesta and they didn't want to pay him. So Priesta's out and apparently Sib is in. Now that's scary. Sib and Hydra, Kismet, Skies, that's a god tier squad, top 3 for sure. Just like last year. Excited to see what happens with New York and Optic. I'd say, well, just looking at this is the top 3 teams here next year, at least coming into it. Optic, Texas, Atlanta FaZe, and New York Subliners. Those are going to be the main 3 teams. Down here, Toronto Ultra, not much going on other than Envoy instead of Insight. I'd say that they probably do a little bit. I'd say they do the same as they did last year. That's my honest opinion. I'd say they're about the same squad, a little bit better with the Envoy pickup over Insight. LAT. This is what I got. This is where it gets interesting right here at this bottom half. My take, so take it as you will. I got LAT. I got Slasher coming back, Priesta, Vivid, and Afro. So your SMG duo, Vivid and Afro, I think they'd work pretty well together with Priesta and Slasher. I like that team. Don't know 100% if they'd go to LAT or maybe like another organization. I think LAT is very likely for Slasher, though. I like that team personally. I think they could do pretty well, top 5. So, all right, Minnesota Rocker. Here we got some different stuff. I got players of similar stature here. We got Kremp and Joda C's as the SMG duo, and we got Brack and Nasty. I think that's a pretty similar skill. That's what I went for with all these rosters. I went for a similar skill. Yeah, so all players from different orgs coming together. Same with LAT. I think that would be a good top 6 team. Maybe top 8. I don't know. Maybe top 6. I think they could definitely surprise some people. Those are some new players in the league. Surge, not sure if this is gonna be on Surge or like I don't know what org they're gonna go to. But we got Illy, Hook, Wake, and Standy. That's the rumored roster coming through Surge or the Vancouver Surge, as they do say. Yeah. The Vancouver Surge or Seattle, whatever ends up happening. It's definitely rumored that Hook and Standy are going to be together as a duo wherever they end up. And I think Illy and Wake would work pretty good with that for the ARs. I like that team. Now, here we got Boston. We got Clay and Ghosty. Perfect. And we got Big Cap. I'd like Big Cap on that team. And I threw in Havoc. I was down to not many SMGs, so I put Havoc in there. Um, Now I would say we could, they could swap out Havoc or Vickle right there. I think either of them two would work. Maybe Vickle better. But I do like Havoc as a player, so I'd like to see Havoc play with Clay and all them. He's a good streamer and everything. Here we got now Vegas Legion. This is a really good squad here. I like this one. Out of all of them, this is probably the best one I threw together. We'll see. We got Nero, Cammy, Asim, and Temp. Temp, main AR, Cammy, Flex, Slayer sub Nero, and Entry sub Asim. That would be a good squad. I think they'd be top 5. I think they could get pretty far in a tournament as well. And last but not least, we just got LAG. I'm not expecting nothing crazy. That's kind of why these guys are down here. He might go to a different team. Maybe you could see Beans on Rocker, possibly. But here we'll talk LAG for a second. I got R-Cities. I think R-Cities will have a comeback here next year for sure. I'd like to see him do good because he just came from FaZe and had an off year. He's still a good player. He just had a bad year. So we got R-Cities, Beans, Vickle, and Mac. I think they could be a good team. It could work. I'm just thinking here for LAG. Um, I don't really know what's gonna go on. I'm thinking Beans honestly could easily Beans might be a better fit honestly on Rocker instead of Brack. I honestly I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna put Beans, Kremp, Beans, Jodeci's, and Nasty. That'd be a good squad there. And LAG is just kind of throwing in random stuff. So personally, I'm gonna throw Arcides, Bickle, Mac, and Brack. Sounds good, Mac and Brack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think they could be a top 8 team. Definitely. Might I don't know how that's really gonna mold. I don't know them players too much individually to really know what's gonna happen with that squad. Um, so I'll go here and I'll flirt some ideas for some other players that aren't listed and see. So I'd say um, Boston. What I have here for Boston, LAG, and Rocker. I'm gonna say LAG, Boston, Rocker. They could take some of these players. You could see accuracy on one of them teams, possibly LAG. I think he might work on LAG in place of Mac. And then I think Mac might be better on Boston than Havoc. I'm not sure. I have faith in Mac still. I'm gonna throw Mac back up here. This isn't. I'm not gonna keep this here. I'm gonna change this around. Okay, so we're gonna do accuracy. And we're gonna throw Havoc down here as a sub. Fuck it. So we're gonna have Arcides, Vickle, Brack, and accuracy. That might be a good squad there. I like that one. And I like Boston better. Rocker, Kremp Beans, Jodeci's Nasty, top 6. Uh, yeah, you could see Pro Loot thrown in there somewhere. Bance, Insight. I don't have Insight or Attach. Yeah. I do, honestly, I'll just say this. I wish maybe the league was 14 teams, maybe not 16 per se. I think it would be better competition because there's definitely some top tier challenger and AMs and rookies that come up every year that could definitely play in the league and be really good against some top, at least the lower tier pros, and give the other pros a fight. And also, I think they could give them a different fight and have different strategies that pros typically wouldn't do because they don't, or maybe they're not so risky all the time. Uh, yeah, I would like to see God RX on one of those teams. If I would throw God RX anywhere, I would put God RX. I'll throw him on Boston somewhere, or LAG again. Maybe our cities and God RX could be on LAG together. Don't really know. Hmm. I'll just say food for thought. This would be my dream Call of Duty team. Not that it would be the best, but just because I like these players. This would be like my dream roster. I'd have Celium, Pred, Hydra, and I need an AR Scrap. That would be, I like that team. So you got Scrap, Celium AR, Pred and Hydra, fucking God tier, Complexity 2.0. Make it the fuck happen. Yeah, so that's all I got here for Rostermania 2023, mock Rostermania. If you liked the video, please throw a like on it, subscribe. I will have the CDL cast coming out Wednesday, hopefully. Should be, because we didn't have it last week because I know rosters unlocked on last Monday, but no moves, just a couple retirements. We had Octane 0 retirements. That's it, just rumors other than that. So we'll see what happens. Um, yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for some more videos. Thank you.